realigned the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program. It's been suspended basically, which means that everyone that was in the pipeline is no longer literally in the pipeline. It's as simple as that. And it's very sad. And most of these people are fleeing violence, they're fleeing war, they're fleeing persecution. And so this ban is impacting all the different stages of resettlement. And everybody basically is being affected by this order. And from what I understand, though, they say it does not apply to special immigrant visa applications, but it will still delay, like you said, the resettlement of those 200,000 people that are in the pipeline. That's going to create a backlog, number one. Okay, it's going to create a backlog. In the meantime, where do you go? Where do you go? And what is sad about it is because being a refugee isn't it a United Nations obligation? So what we have just simply said, we don't really care about that. About refugee protection. We don't care about people that are refugees that are fleeing all this kind of turmoil. I don't know, in terms of the standard, I think at this point, we need the global community, not just Americans, to speak up on that, because it's not just about us anymore. Because refugees come from all different parts of the world, and it's an obligation, United Nations Charter, to receive refugees.
As part of my job, I've crisscrossed some of these refugee camps across Africa. I've been to Eastern Congo. In Uganda, you talk to all these refugees, they all have high hopes. They look up to America. They pray that one day the UNHCR person is going to come to them and say, you've been admitted or you've been granted permission to relocate to the United States. A program like this that bans those resettlement programs, how much of an impact is it going to have on some of those people that, that have been waiting for 20 years, 30 years just to relocate here?
Number one, it violates the humanitarian commitment of America, right? And which means that these people are going to be living in all those, most of them are living in those refugee camps, waiting for their turn. It's the mental toll, the economic toll, the health. It is devastating. It's a breach of trust that I don't know how America then looks like a leader in the world if this is how you treat people to whom you've given commitment. I think that even those nations that are housing or hosting those resettlement people who are waiting to be resettled, I think those governments ought to speak up.
NGOs that host these refugees, that sponsor these refugees, are going to be targeted. So what does this mean for the whole immigration or refugee program in the United States?
All these challenges are going to go all the way to the Supreme Court. So is the Supreme Court going to uphold? Is it going to abide by the Constitution? For example, trying to change birthright citizenship, which is enshrined in the Constitution. Is the Supreme Court going to uphold that? Or is it going to say, no, we do not. We're not going to change this because this is the foundation of America. That once you're on American soil, you're born on American soil, you're an American citizen.